Hello, and welcome to a new episode with your host, Vinney Chopra. I'm so excited to have you here as we dive deep into the world of real estate investing, syndications, abundance mindset, and building generational wealth. We are excited to be in the top 1.5% of the real estate podcasts. Got number 11 actually out of top 50 real estate syndication podcasts. Thanks to you. Each episode, we bring powerful insights, expert guests, and actionable strategies to help you take your investing game to the next level. Whether you are a seasoned investor or just getting started, if you love what you hear, please take a moment to subscribe, leave a 5-star review, and follow me on social media so that we can never miss an episode. Your support helps us continue sharing valuable content with more people like you. Now let's jump into today's episode. Thank you.
Welcome back, Alchemists. This is the Abundance Thursdays podcast with myself, Gualter Amarelo, and the great Vinney Chopra. Vinney, so good to see you back on the treadmill.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. I'm so excited to be back home after some little time, family reunion. We try to do it every year at a good resort, all inclusive, so that we can have fun on the beach and everything.
Now, Vinney, when you say family reunion, you've had a bunch of trips with your family. Sometimes your sister-in-law comes along, sometimes your son, your daughter come with you, your wife is always there, Constance always on vacation with you. Yeah. This is a little different. This is something you do annually with other family members. How many of the Chopra family were there? And I assume outside of the Chopra family, because your wife's side as well, right?
Correct. This actually was the wife's side. Her sisters, brother-in-law, and also her brothers. We usually get together once a year, 7 days or something, in Cancun or Puerto Vallarta or Cabo, San Lucas. That's what we've been doing. So it was a lot of fun, a lot of relationship building, enjoyment, time, humor, all those things, and walking on the beaches usually twice, morning and evening, and so forth. So it was fun. And spa and treatment and massages, all that stuff.
Vinney, I got to ask you, because we talk a lot about surrounding yourself with the right people. And today's principle is learn to solve problems for people and making a profit doing it, getting rich doing it. There's got to be problems that come up over the family dinners, right? So your family has problems, right? They're not the normal problems.
Every family does.
Do you still help them solve problems that are not money related? Do you find that as a way to practice solving problems? Or do you find that with family, it's just listen and agree? And how do you navigate that?
My personality is very much kind of just listen, because I feel that family relationships are better because it's very hard to change anybody, actually, especially their thinking. And I love Mel Robbins' new book, Let Them Be. Something like let them have or let them be theory, which is you are not responsible for anybody's happiness. You're not. If you're thinking that I can change their mind within 20 minutes, 15 minutes, you're wrong. Actually, people hate when you correct them. To be very truthful, they do not like that. Nobody likes criticism. Think about us. When people cut us down, we don't like it. So the key thing is to let them speak their mind, and hopefully in the discussion within the family, somebody else will interact also. And then that will be solved. Usually our families are very nice. We don't do any big having grudges or things like that. So that's a good thing.
Good family reunions have something, but in order for the family to keep coming back, it's got to be fun. Otherwise people come up with excuses why they're not going to be there this year. So we know that solving problems is necessary in business, but in the family unit, it's not. Sometimes not solving problems is positive. How do you know? Because this principle is solve problems, learn to love solving problems and getting rich doing it. I think a lot of us, especially men, we're very good at problem solving. We like to solve problems. Yeah. How do you do it in business in such a way that a person actually says thank you for solving this problem? Because I know I've been on calls and said, oh, you know what you should do? You should do this. Yeah. And people are like, oh, no, thank you. But then I've been on other calls where I'm listening and saying, have you considered this? Would
Mm,
that be helpful? And at the end of that call, I'm being told, wow, thank you so much. You really solved my problem here. So
I
how do you balance that out? You love to solve, but how do you slow down when you really want
love
to do
that.
it?
Love that. Again, I just go back to like when a doctor is sitting down with us, or an attorney, or a CPA, or anything, financial advisor, they want you to speak and talk and share the whole spectrum so that they don't want to misdiagnose. That's the other thing. And then give prescription, which can is not the right one. So it's very important to listen and try to ask probing questions so that they can even open up more as to why the situation has developed and so forth, and what are they seeking. So it's very good to ask them, by the way, you just shared with me this, what do you think? What are you seeking? With my experience, limited experience, I always say that I may be able to help, I may not be, but I'll just give you my perspective. That's how I say. Then
I've
you're
got a
not putting
question.
any pressure on them. Yeah,
I got a question because you said probing questions, and I've heard this before, and I have probing questions that I ask when I want specific results for a person. What are some of the probing questions you are asking people right now in this market, in your conversations? I know you're sitting down with investors every week. So
yeah.
what are some of the probing questions you're actively asking, and what is the temperature you're feeling for? What are the pain points you're looking for?
Exactly. The biggest thing is I'm asking them, have you invested in commercial real estate? Because I'm in commercial. I'm in multifamily, of course, very little right now, but then hotels, hospitality, senior livings, and some other things. The key thing is to find out where their mind is at. Have they lost money? To be very truthful, a lot of investors are very uneasy because the distributions have stopped. They don't see, and some cash calls are happening left and right for many months now. And they read in the newspaper there is 770 billion is going to be coming due end of December. So all those things are mixtures. I talked to one investor. He says, Vinny, I've lost 500,000 in the last few months because of whatever investment I did. Yesterday, I had a lunch with the businessmen, our friends, and somebody was saying, I'm just here to get my money back, not the returns, but just the money back. And so, those are very salient questions and risks that people are facing. So, we got to let them speak up, because if we have a product like my hotel investment or whatever, I cannot throw at them if their mind is not ready. If
Because it
they,
sounds the same, right?
yeah,
It sounds the same. Oh, another commercial deal. Well, commercial deal got hurt. Commercial is bad. So
yeah,
you're going in to ask their assessment of commercial.
yeah,
And then if they've lost money, where did you lose money? And
yeah,
so you can start positioning yourself as something, as a different investment, as a different asset class.
totally. And find out if you could even help them or give them some perspective. What's fixing to happen with the interest is nobody knows. Where the economy is right now, stock market is going through the roof, and situations are bad. Government is shut down right now. Oh my gosh, air controllers are leaving at 4:15, I heard, in Burbank. And they said if the flight comes after that, it's they have to manage San Diego, manage them or something. So it's
You
pretty.
are clearly ahead of me. I haven't opened Facebook today, so I didn't realize the government was shut down. So there's things happening right now. We know the stock market's through the roof. And I made a post the other day about Bitcoin. I sold a Bitcoin and people were like, "Oh my God, you're going to regret that." And I'm making a lot of money over here in this real estate side that's doing really well.
Yeah,
And Bitcoin is unpredictable. It's just something I can't control. I can't predict it. So I got a little bit of a backlash, but the stock market's doing well. Bitcoin's doing well, right? Crypto is doing well. And
yeah,
and yet we have interest rates. We can't predict the future. We have insurance costs that have gone up. We have notes that are coming due, $70 billion in notes coming due in December. And ask, now that we know, okay, person's lost money. I can think of a number of examples with a friend of mine Monday, and he told me, yeah, I've lost about 400 or 500,000 in lending. That doesn't sound good to me. I'm like, oh my God, like I work heavily in debt and in lending. So you're not going to be interested in my thing. But I asked him, just like you were saying, probing questions. What type of loans were these? What kind of asset class? And of course, it was
People.
flips of single family homes. So I said, whoa, we're
Hmm.
different. They have a fundamental problem. There's no cash flow. There's no way for them to they're not thinking refinance. They're not filling units. So that is a problem. I could see why they would stop paying. I see how they have those problems. So
Yes.
we know probing questions are valuable. You handed us 2 probing questions. Can we get another one? What's another probing question? Let's say they're experienced in real estate, commercial, they've lost some money. What is the next question that you would ask somebody?
I think the next question will be, by the way, have you looked into some asset classes which are cash flowing and they have a great potential with the demographical shifts? 10,000 baby boomers turning 65. We go back to that, right? Silver tsunami. There is a shortage of assisted living and memory care in this country, and it's going to get bigger and bigger. Hospitality has come back after COVID, and even though with tariffs, some of the boycotts and everything, in good locations, hospitality is good with the corporate travels domestically and so forth like that, and tourism and so forth. So the key thing is to find out if they're even thinking in those terms. And then the next probing question will be, are you sitting on some dry cash retirement? That's the other thing. Three investors, I shared with them that they could change from Wall Street to Main Street by self-directed IRAs and 401k. They didn't know that. They said, Vinny, really? Oh, I could take that money, have a checkbook control, and invest in syndication and fund like yours. I said, yeah, you can. Then I put them in touch with three people, right? Three custodians, because we don't get paid any referral fee, but I like them. They are low cost. So I shared with them. And they appreciate if you find solutions for them. And then they say, you know what do you have at this
Speaking
time?
of hospitality, you got me thinking because I travel quite a bit more than I would like to, and I don't stay at Airbnbs. But one of the things I've been seeing is that the hospitality space has had the problem with Airbnbs recently. But I'm seeing that hospitality space actually pushing back and getting the cities involved, and the cities are now shutting down Airbnbs. They're wiping some of that out. And I was just thinking, I haven't stayed in an Airbnb. I stayed in one in at the beginning of this year, but for the most part, I've been staying in hotels. And I'm just thinking, like, why do I stay in hotels over Airbnbs? One, it's easier. It's just so much more convenient for me. Two, they're
Mhm.
predictable. I know exactly what I'm going to get. There's no questions. And three, I don't have to talk to the staff. At the door, I talk to them and I'm done. And it's a predictable. We're not going to talk anymore.
Yeah.
With the Airbnb space, I'm more often than not confused on where the key is, how to get in,
Mm.
talking to them to try to figure stuff out. And I think that the hotels have a really strong niche in the sense that it's hands off for the user. It's easy for us to use. So I do think that the hotel space is going to be interesting. It solves a problem. It solves a problem for me as somebody who's constantly traveling. And then also, Vinny, my
Mhm.
staff that travels from New Jersey to Cleveland, from New Jersey to Jackson, they all
Yes,
stay in hotels as well
surely.
because
Yeah.
it's easier for us.
And the
It's just a
mid-tier
simpler
hotels
process.
are good. Mid-tier, not the rich luxury Ritz Carltons, but
Yeah, we're always like
oh,
Holiday Express or
not
like
Holiday
Holiday Inn, like yeah.
either. Yeah. In the middle, there is a extended stays are doing very well in this market, low maintenance and so forth. And also, yeah, the good thing is the product is good. If the product is good, people are busy in their lives, working during the day. They just come. Nice, clean place to come back to. So, service is the big aspect. And AI, artificial intelligence, is helping a lot in hospitality. It was helping before, but even more so now. Yeah.
I think a lot of the bookings too, a lot of that is done via
Mhm.
an algorithm. The prices go up as needed, they drop
Yeah.
down as needed. Airbnb is doing some of that as well, but it is an interesting time to see these asset classes into the future. I do see multifamily and senior assisted living really being insulated in the future. The baby boom generation is retiring. The silver tsunami is here. Single family homes are getting beat up regardless. Like, it's just, do they solve the problem anymore? They are becoming the problem. And
Mhm.
people don't quite want that anymore. They want to go to something that's more easy for them and takes care of their greater demands. Building solutions. So part of the notes here are building solutions that save time, reduce stress, and generate better results. In
Mhm.
your senior assisted livings and in your hotels, what are you doing to step away from the competition and provide a better service?
It all depends who are in the front line. I always say that I'm sitting in my office in San Francisco area, but who are the people I'm hiring or my team is hiring? How are we giving the product to seniors? See, seniors are very, you have to be 24-hour care. The director has to be, the administrator has to be top notch, 20, 25 years of experience, I always say. And then the HR, the front office, the business manager, the exercise director, the chef cooking the right meals, the product, and then prescription, the nurse has to be, all those things gel together as a team to provide the kind of care we need to give. And the word travels in assisted living. It's the reviews count and the word travels, and you have to deliver the right product. Same thing is with hospitality. You cannot let loose a single tourist or traveler, a client should not feel that abandoned or not a big smile when they walk in, and quick check-in and everything. And if they have a situation, solving the problem is so important in both of them. In senior living, it's 24 hours. Of course, with the guest in hospitality is also 24 hours, literally. They could call at night and anytime. Yeah. Hi, friends. This is Vinney Chopra from here in Danville, California. And you might be saying, hey, Vinney, what are these over here? You know, I wrote this book a few years back, Apartment Syndication Made Easy. It became top seller. I came from India with $7 in my pocket. It says 500 million. It's going to be 1 billion very soon, very soon. I'm right at about 850, 900 million. And then I'm ready for the next billion. Actually, you will see that happening, 2 billion in this book also. The other book I wrote, which has been a very big positivity, has been my life. Always, I've been married 43 years with 2 children, and the beauty is to be positive, the mindset that can take you to all the places in the world. And that's the book that also became big seller. My third book, Senior Assisted Living, is coming. So do yourself a favor, go ahead and click the link below to get free copies, audio copies of these books, even printed copies of these books. Printed means digital if you can't afford it, but I would highly recommend for you to get these, or go to Amazon.com. Just go to Amazon. I got it in soft cover, in hardcover, in Kindle, in audio, also the Spanish version of this book also. So let's crush it, guys. I know you can be successful. I know you can do the kind of things that you want to do in life and have the streams of income and know how to really, educate yourself so that you could become a strong force in this world in real estate. I know you can. So take that step. Don't just be on the sideline. Take charge of your life. Take charge of your education.
It's funny. I did a boots on the ground in Jackson, Mississippi last year. We had some mastermind members all fly in, and we all stayed at different hotels. And when we got to dinner, we asked each other, what do you think of your hotel? What are the amenities? How's this? Yes. And it was very interesting going around the room, because we're actually seeing, hey, where am I going to stay next time I'm in town? And we all stayed in the same location. All the hotels are side by side, all right there.
Yep.
The location was the same. So if all things were considered equal, the question was, how did your experience? How was the room? What is it like? And we actually went and popped by and saw each other's rooms, because it was, we're out there often enough where I'd like to get, my bang for my buck. Mm-hmm. People do talk, and if you're not giving a good experience, it does have an impact. So this next one is align your offers with what people are willing to pay for. How do you price what you're doing? Like when you have an offer or a product, actually, even with your deals, right? I know your deals, you don't let somebody in under, I think it's $100,000 or $50,000. It's $100,000.
100,000. I started doing that 18 years back, and that has served me very well because I did miss some investors who only wanted to put 50. They only wanted to try me out. From many times I could tell because they could afford 100, but they wanted to only give 50. So I just decided I might as well just build my track record and let them come back with 100. So that helped a lot. Then I started doing tier investing, 100 to 200 to 300 to 500. So each level, the investors, LPs will get better returns, cash flow, IRRs, and things like that. That helped a lot. That opened up more wallets to go higher and so forth. And we are very proud that a lot of our top investors have 3 million, 2 million, 5 million with us in different deals.
You just mentioned something that I made a post the other day about the single family product itself, like the flips and the risks associated with them. And one of the problems with those is if you have 1 million or 2 million you want to move,
Yeah.
you're going to have to diversify that across a whole lot of properties, or you're going to be in the luxury space, which is just going to be the first to get a haircut. The luxury space, typically in single family, that condos, new builds are the worst ones for a time like this. So if you're moving large amounts of money, having a bigger investment threshold is much more useful. Have you found that investors say, okay, like I want to be in, but I know you use Avister, right? So you are able to diversify them across multiple different asset classes all within one portal.
Yes.
Do you find that they put 500 here, 500 here, 500 here, so they can say, I'm
Yes.
in senior, I'm in hotels, I'm in multifamily, I got this nice little diversification?
Diversification is the key. Actually, as syndicators, as fund managers, we need to specify that and share with them. They don't put all the money in one basket. I say that all the time. Some people have called me, they say, Vinney, I want to put 500,000 in this one. I say, you know what, let's split it in two and put here and there when I was doing lots of syndications. Of course, now with the fund that I have, $50 million fund, it's diversified already.
Automatically diversified.
Automatically, yeah. And
Yeah.
then with this Avister thing, they can choose which particular asset or product or property they can be part of. So they could be filling out the paperwork on one time, PPM, but then the deal disclosure, and then they know how many people are there in that deal. And when the deal brings the cash flow and the returns, it's divided amongst those LPs only. That's right. So each one is separate. You're right.
That's a very good segue. That's customer service. So leads us to focus on the joy and satisfaction of solving profit problems. Profits come as a result.
Yeah,
So not all problems are profitable. So there's some problems in the world that you make no money for. What would
totally.
you say are the problems that you have solved for people that have provided the greatest return for them and for yourself?
If I may say that, it just dawned on me. There was a property, Albion, 192 units, I think it was, in Texas. And we were able to give good returns. But to make it stronger, I just felt, let me give my acquisition fee, which I had gotten 5, 6 years back. I gave a portion, half of it back, added to the returns to give my investors better deal. And they appreciated that, see, because sometimes we just lose touch with the acquisition fee, guaranteeing fee that we make up front. It's up to us as syndicator, fund managers, how much you want to give back. I know I talked to my wife and I said, we have planned to give 250,000 back to the investors in their returns, equity gains and all. And we agreed as a family. We are a boutique company. I did that another one for another deal also. That was good thing to do because once you find investors feel you, they see. I remember there was one time in Atlanta, I put my every dime into that loans and everything, got a $8.5 million loan to throw back at Fannie Mae. And that, when I shared that story in the investors meeting, some people sobbed and cried. Vinny, you did so much for us to save our money, investment. So those things carry weight and people like that. They can feel that you are not just to make profits just like we are discussing this topic. It's not profit, it's the human, it's the humanity, it's the transparency, it's making sure that you are taking care of your investors.
I like that. So focus on the joy and satisfaction of solving the problems. The
Yeah,
profits come later on. Obviously, when you take care of investors, they roll again.
yeah.
And I think it's being missed in this market. I think people are, not all operators, I think, but there are a handful that are not putting in the final effort, that final push, that bleeding or sweating a little bit more for the deal. What would you
Mhm.
say to somebody who is on the edge? They think they can't pay their investors and they really need to hear a message from you that says, stay in there. It's going to get better. It's not about this deal. It's about the next deal. What kind of advice would you give to the market right now for those operators who are struggling?
Definitely, please go back to the lending institution. It's always boils down to the debt. Equity is there of the LPs, limited partners. You want to protect that equity and maybe shave off a little bit, but you got to be talking and looking at every avenue how you could do, like we did one property in Houston, tax abatement with the city of Houston, $895,000 we shaving off. We don't have to pay that for so many years or something, then we pay at the end, something like that. So what that means is figuring out ways to adjust. Maybe the interest rates can be deferred somewhat. If it's principal and interest, maybe the lenders don't want the property. They don't know how to manage and they have so much other stuff going on. So you got to look at every single avenue to safeguard the investor's money.
I like it, Vinny.
Yeah.
The more you serve effectively, the more your reputation and opportunities grow. So, as a reminder to anybody who's thinking, oh, I'm just going to file a Chapter 7, or I'm going to close my account, or I'm just not going to take care of these guys, all you need to do is win this one more time, and
Yeah.
there's a good chance that you'll keep the game going. Right? The people who I've seen fail in this business are the ones who get out of the business. But if you could survive this deal, if you can go get another deal ahead of it that's bigger, that pays for this one, if you could stay in the game longer, there's a lot of success to be made. Right now, even though it seems like, okay, you set things bad, we're getting the best deals of our life, of our career, because a lot of other operators are failing. So maybe you fail for the same reasons as them, but now you can get back into the game under the premise of taking over some of these deals. I see more opportunity right now in this market, Vinny, than I've ever seen in my career. And I said this back in 2008 when I was missing all the opportunities. I said, man, like when it happens again, I will be there. December is it, right? December, these notes are coming due. Right now is where investors are contacting us and saying, hey, can you take this over? Can you take this over? Can you refi out? I can't refi. I don't want this property anymore. Can you just take this off my plate? It's an amazing time to solve problems for people and getting rich doing it. This is Abundance Thursdays. We do it every Thursday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard. We've got the summit coming up October 23rd to the 27th. Vinny will be there on Thursday night and Friday all day. We've got a wonderful talk on positivity, staying in it. And then we've got a panel for operators who have operated over 5,000 units, and Vinny will be there with Eric Bowen. We're gonna have a little conversation around what operations looks like today, how you can stay ahead of the curve. And if you haven't got your ticket already, go to summit.alchemiststation.com, register. It is in Orlando, Florida, so a great excuse to get down to some warm weather. Vinny, before we jump off, if somebody wants to find out more about you and get in touch with you, what is the easiest way to get more information about Vinny Chopra? Go to vinnychopra.com.
Thank you so much. vinnychopra.com/invest if you would like to be in our premier mailing list for the opportunities, current and future. And then vinnychopra.com free benefits. So that's a good site, free benefits, which is on my books also. You can get my all 3 books, digital copies. You could read them on your iPad, phone. And actually, I just found out you can even listen to, digital as well as audio copies too. You can download them. And my 4th book is almost ready on hospitality. I've been in hospitality for about 7 years now and learned a lot. So I just felt, let's just put one together. Hospitality Investing Made Easy should be launching pretty soon.
When you say pretty soon, is this a 2025 deal?
Yes, 25.
Like a 2026?
25, brother. Within a month. Within a month.
Excellent. So next week is our final principle for the summit. Cheers to your success. When you have a choice, always work with the best. Happy Abundance Thursdays. See you on the next one.
See you next week. Dear friends, this is Vinney Smile Chopra. I am so glad you're listening to the episode. Thanks so much. Really appreciate that. Please share it with others who can really benefit also. Can I ask you a favor? Just a small favor. Less than a minute, if you could give 5-star reviews on iTunes or Stitcher, that'll go a long way. We are one of the top podcasts in real estate now in the nation, but it will really help a lot if you gave 5-star reviews, and we'll bring a lot more great content for you. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, and see you in the next episode. God bless you. Bye-bye. Wow, what an incredible conversation today. I hope you got tons of value from this episode. If you did, don't forget to subscribe, leave a 5-star review, and follow me on social media to stay updated on all the things real estate, investing, abundance mindset, and wealth creation. If you're an accredited investor looking for exclusive investment opportunities, be sure to join our elite Monil Investors Club at vinnychopra.com/invest, where we share details of our future projects. Quick disclaimer, we are not selling any securities, and this podcast is strictly for educational and information purposes only. The opinions shared by our guests are their own and should not be considered financial or investment advice. Always do your own due diligence and consult with a financial professional before making any investment decisions. Thank you again for tuning in. Until next time, keep smiling, keep investing, and keep making a massive impact. God bless you.
Hey there! The upcoming episode is scheduled for Thursday. We appreciate your viewership of the Abundance Mindset Show. Tune in every Thursday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time or 12 p.m. Eastern on various social media platforms hosted by Vinney Chopra and Gualter Amarelo. Don't forget to subscribe, share your comments, and leave a 5-star review. Thank you for your support.